Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to have Kitty DeKeefer lead us in the pledge and the four-way test.
First off, for those of you on Zoom and that can stand, please do so. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now the four-way test. Of the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
Thank you, Kitty. Welcome, everyone, to Boulder Rotary. Whether you're in the room or on Zoom, this is the best place to be on a Friday afternoon. We have a really crowded agenda today, so we're going to kind of be expedient as we move through this. I'd like to have George Garmany welcome the guests and visitors here in the room today.
Am I on? Okay, good. I'd like for all guests and your Rotarian hosts to please stand, and also any visiting Rotarians or other visitors. And we'll go around, but please try to keep it short because oh, you'll get introduced anyway. Your time is coming. Okay. So yes.
Thank you, George. I'm delighted to have here today two representatives from a gem that we have in our county, Front Range Community College. I have my partner, Ryan McCoy, partner in scholarships. He's been really helping us to work with matching funds at Front Range for our Rotary Vocational Scholarship. So we're really indebted to him, all of us that keep contributing to the fund via the lottery raffle. And then we also have Aparna Palmer, who's the vice president at Front Range Community College. Delighted to have you both here with us today. Thank you for your support and partnership.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm coming back to you all. You asked me last.
My guest is Linda Rogers. Linda is someone I've known for about 11 years, and she was a neighbor of my friend Richard Polk. She's a former, well, she still does some of this, I think, with me, but counseling, therapist, family and couples therapy in the DC area, and she's just a wonderful person, and we hope she will be interested in joining us.
I'm John Vandermeide. I'm from Minneapolis, City of Lakes Rotary Club, and we sometimes think ours is the best club, but I'll bet you think yours is the best club too. And it was a little challenging when they said to keep it short, because when you're amidst friendly people, I don't know, I kind of want to talk. Anyway, we're very happy. My daughter-in-law and son moved to Boulder about 6 months ago. She's the city manager of Boulder, and she's been talking about Boulder in such glowing terms that we had to come here. We're celebrating our 57th wedding anniversary on Sunday, and it's my daughter-in-law's birthday today. So I'm here to present from my club, Minneapolis City of Lakes, a banner, and I guess I will receive one from you. Thank you. And one more thing, go Gophers tomorrow.
You can sit down now.
Hi, I have here with me today my good friend Jared Reese. He just submitted an application for membership. I'll let him say a very quick hello, noting the time.
I didn't bring any gifts, so I'm sorry, but hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Hi, I'm very pleased today to introduce Janine Rubin, who is interested in becoming a member, hopefully. Janine lives in Niwot. She has 2 kids. She is a serial entrepreneur and has started several businesses. She has 2 sons, grown sons, one of whom is at School of Mines and the other works for Facebook.
Rotarian friends, I'm honored to have a guest today, Curtis Johnson. Curtis is Division Chief of the Boulder County Sheriff's Department, and he's here to hear Janine's talk today. He sends his regards, Joe Pelly sends his regards because he could not be here today because he's camping with his wife for their last chance to camp this season. But he sends not only his regards, he sends his number 2 man at Boulder County Sheriff's Department. Joe Pelly will be retiring next year after 20 years of service. He's given a great deal of thought to his legacy, and he has decided to wholeheartedly endorse Curtis Johnson as his successor. Curtis was a 28-year lawman from Boulder. He was a deputy chief of Boulder Police Department and head of operations. And now he's moved over to support Joe Pelly and to move to solidify Joe's legacy as a man of character and competence. And I know that Curtis will be a sheriff should he become elected to continue that legacy of fairness and objectivity and restraint. So please welcome Curtis Johnson.
Welcome to all of you. Did we miss anyone? Welcome to all of you. We're delighted to have you, and I hope you find your way back again soon.
Hi, I would like to introduce our guests who are online. When I call on you, would you mind saying a few words? We're going to welcome Dominica from Jamaica, I believe.
I think she stepped away, so you might want to move on.
Okay. All right. What is Don Horton online? Would you like to just say a couple of words just to say hi to us?
Yeah, hi, Don Horton. I'm here opportunistically. I have a therapy dog, Odin, who's here. And so I was interested in Janine's presentation. We work in the at Longmont United Hospital and the hospice they have on the 4th floor and occasional other places. And it's just therapy dog work is just fantastic stuff.
Awesome. We're so glad to have you with us. I hope everybody who are on Zoom enjoy the program, and I'm going to take it back to Chad. Thanks.
Thank you, Vanessa. So just a couple of quick announcements here. The first thing, I'm going to start with a couple of words and phrases. Crisp weather, friends, popcorn, silver screen. This isn't $25,000 pyramid. This is tonight at the 95th Street Y in the field adjacent. We are going to show The Sound of Music. When you arrive, there is the little road that sort of winds by the Y. There's a little gap in the sidewalk. That's where people are going to enter the field. We are going to have the screen probably on the east side of the field, maybe facing due west, perhaps facing sort of catty corner to the southwest. That's still to be determined. But when you arrive, enter in that direction from that little windy road and that little dip in the sidewalk. Please consider attending. We have a massive field, and I would love to have cars there and not just grass and ants and stuff. So if you have nothing to do tonight and you feel like getting out and being in a somewhat COVID-friendly environment, please consider coming. Invite friends, invite family, invite colleagues as well. The other thing I wanted to mention is the Rockies. I think it was next Sunday, the 26th, they play the Giants. If anyone is interested in going, we can try to put together and coordinate other Rotarians to maybe carpool down there together. Please let me know or let Vanessa know, and we can help coordinate that. I know Carl's headed down there, so if anyone wants to ride down with Carl and go catch a ball game and see the Rockies hopefully beat the Giants, then let us know. Next, I'd like to call up past President Bill Meyer to give us an update on a new project.
Well, I have a quiz for everyone. Let's see if I can make this work.
Okay, we'll start from the beginning. Show of hands, how many of you people can recognize this spot? How many of you know why the cannon and the monuments are there? What's that? How many of you can recognize this picture and tell me what it is? How many can recognize this picture? And how many of you can recognize this picture? All right. These are the pillars that are left at the corner of 287 and Highway Colorado 7 Arapahoe Road in unincorporated Boulder County, adjacent to Erie, adjacent to Lafayette, but in unincorporated Boulder County. A few months ago, I live out in that area, I saw construction going on there. Many of you probably know the new 9 Mile Corner development is just across the street on the southeast corner of the intersection. And construction was on the west side on Arapahoe Road. And I wondered, gee, first of all, what are those pillars? And number two, what's going to happen to them? So I started contacting people, and I contacted CDOT, which is not our problem. Contacted County Boulder, not our problem. Contacted Erie, not our problem. Contacted Lafayette, we don't know anything about it. But as some of you may know, I can be a bit persistent. And eventually CDOT acknowledged, oh yeah, it is our problem. And we were supposed to do a historical preservation review to figure out how we're going to preserve and enhance those pillars before a single spade of dirt was turned on the intersection. And we, quote, inexplicably, close quote, did not do a historic preservation review. So the south pillar is now on a traffic island, sit out in the middle of nowhere. Probably within 2 years will be hit and struck by a truck. The north pillar, you can barely see it, is buried behind a hurricane fence on the north side. Those pillars were built back in 1928. They were an entranceway to what was to be a road of remembrance from what was then the new Lincoln Highway, which is now US 287, into Boulder. The story behind it's absolutely fascinating, and someday Chad is encouraging me to put a program on about it. I don't have time to go into it now. But the pillars were actually built by the Lions Club. As many of you may know, we're sort of the descendants of the Lions Club. The Lions Club no longer exists in Boulder. The Road of Remembrance, which was supposed to be Arapahoe Road, which was to have 1,000 trees planted, parks, everything to be this grand parkway in Boulder, was a project of the American Legion, never got built. Now, we do have a little bit of a heritage there. As the entranceway to Boulder, back in I think this picture was probably taken in the 40s, along with a couple other service clubs, our service sign was there on the big sign to Boulder. Here's where you turn. Because that was the road from Denver to Boulder, Boulder to Denver. You went out of Arapahoe and turned south on what's now 287 to get to Denver. And to attract tourists, the big Boulder sign went up, and the various service clubs put their sign there now. In any event, due to my persistence, CDOT has now agreed to do a belated historical preservation review and come up with a, quote, mitigation plan for those pillars. And they've invited
Boulder Rotary Club to be a consulting party under Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act, which basically means to give us a seat at the table, to be one of the public representatives to talk about what should happen to those pillars. The board has approved a working group to basically come up with ideas, represent the club at the table with CDOT. And a number of people in this room have already agreed to serve on that committee. I'm inviting anyone else who has an interest in history, anyone else who has an interest in this project to join the working group. At the moment, we're just waiting for CDOT to make the next move. But over the course of the next months and years, we'll be involved in seeing what can be done to preserve those pillars and rebuild the original intent of the parties. So anybody that is interested, please contact me either at the end of this meeting, or you can email me. My email will be in the rib next week, or you can find me on the club website. But I'd like anyone that's interested to join us. I don't know where it's going to lead. It may be a dead end, but we'll sure have fun getting there. Thanks.
Thanks, Bill. That is really a fascinating story, and at some point, I'm really hoping that we can have a program on that. Next, I'd like to have past President John Sullivan come talk about another project that our club is going to be working on.
Hi, good afternoon. Most of you probably didn't know that Boulder Rotary Club has a cycling team. Well, at least for one day. And that day is next Saturday, September 25th, when 4 club members so far are going to participate in the Woo Humanity Challenge, which is a District 5450 wide effort in partnering with the Denver Century Ride. And we have 4 members of the club: Jim Rolfus, Nancy Billica, Brian Vickers, who I don't think is here, and yours truly so far have signed up to ride this. And the reason we're doing it is because we're raising money for our club. And we are looking for people who want to ride with us or people who want to sponsor us and help us raise money for our club. All of the money that sponsors give us will go directly to our club's foundation, minus, say, 3 or 4% handling charge for the South Denver Boulder Rotary Club, who's coordinating this. And we would love to have more riders, more sponsors, and if neither of those things is your cup of tea next Saturday, the ride is also looking for volunteers to serve as course marshals. And some of you may recall that this club has assembled teams of course marshals for things like the Boulder Boulder and the CU scholarship ride in the past. And so the duties would be similar to that. So if you are interested in sponsoring, riding, or volunteering, please come and see me after the meeting. And woo-hoo, go Boulder Rotary. Thank you.
If everyone would take out your raffle tickets right now while we air a quick video that is going to be a lead-in to next week's peace program. We're going to have a little bit of a tweak to the agenda for next week, but this video is still relevant for next week's program, and it's been requested that we show it to everyone.
Hello, I'm John Huco, the General Secretary of Rotary International. And I'd like to encourage you to take part in the first ever Rotary Peace Corps Week this September 20th through the 26th. The week of events and activities is hosted by Partnering for Peace, a group of returned Peace Corps volunteers who are also Rotary members and are passionate about the impact we can all make together through the official Rotary Peace Corps partnership. The week will begin with a webinar on September 20th, providing an overview of the partnership and including examples of how Rotary and Peace Corps, by working together, enhance goodwill, grow international understanding, and build capacity in communities around the world. So how can you get involved with Rotary Peace Corps Week? Well, to join in our celebrations this fall, you can, for example, do something as simple as dedicate your program that week to a returned Peace Corps volunteer, Peace Corps recruiter, or a Partnering for Peace member. Or you can do something as elaborate as organizing a joint service project or social event to bring together Rotary members and returned Peace Corps volunteers in your community. And you can find more ideas on the website at partneringforpeace.org or by contacting Partnering for Peace directly at info@partneringforpeace.org. And of course, they'll be more than happy to assist you with ideas and planning. So please share this video with fellow Rotarians, Rotaractors, and Interactors, as well as other members of the Rotary family and larger network. And so thank you again, and I'm looking forward to seeing you this September 20th through the 26th for Rotary Peace Corps Week.
Thanks, Fred. Okay, 724-012. 724-012. Who is that? Congratulations, you're the winner of the lottery this week. But that's not the big prize. There's more. Past President Peter Ewing and past District Governor Peter Ewing has offered his season football tickets for CU for the course of the year to auction off each week to raise a little bit of money for the club. These are amazing seats, 50-yard line, 60th row, east side of the stands. You've got that amazing view of the Flatirons behind you. Really one of the most spectacular scenes in college football. So if anyone's interested in 2 seats for tomorrow's Minnesota game, nope. I would like to auction these off right now. And I'm going to start at $50 a seat. $50 a seat. Anyone? Do I hear 50? Do I hear 50? Do I hear 50? Come on, 50. Do I hear $50? We got 50 right here. Do I hear $60? $60 a seat. 120. We're looking for 120 total. Anyone? You got them for $100. I mean, how do you follow that? Janine, thank you for all the work that you do with 5 Clearly, it has an amazing impact in the community, so thank you for what you do. Just a quick note, I learned something today. There is a difference between these types of dogs, and I never knew that. A friend of mine, my son's friend, he's 7 years old. I said I would mention his name too. His name is Jack Jimerson. He just had his appendix perforated and woke up and was in serious pain, went to Children's Hospital and had his appendix rushed out of his body and was not in very good spirits at all. And they're trying to discharge him from the hospital and they wanted him to walk around. He didn't want to leave the bed. Well, guess what? The dog came into his room and within 5 minutes he was walking around the wing of the hospital. So it's pretty amazing what these animals can do. Dr. George Russell with birthdays.
Well, this cowboy goes into a bar and he sees this pretty woman and he wants to pick her up. So he goes over to her and says, "Lady, you have eyes that are the perfect shade of jade." She looked at him and said, "I don't need a cowboy in my life." And that's when he knew he made his first mistake. So he said, "Wait a second, you don't understand. You must have misunderstood what I said. I like women with blonde hair." And she said, "Well, my hair is peroxided, and I knew I'd made my second mistake." Finally, he says, "Well, do you like to dance?" She says, "No, I don't like to dance." And she turns around and he says, "Oh gosh, I've made my third mistake." And so she turns around and walks out the door. And he says, "You know, set 'em up bartender is my favorite word." He sits down at the bar and the door comes open. She comes walking back in, sits down beside him. And that's when he knew she made her first mistake. We have two birthday people today. The youngest one by far is Rick Irvin.
Yes. This was a wonderful program. It just really makes you alive about what's going on, the good things that can happen. Unfortunately, so much we just hear about all the terrible things, and hearing this, those were good things. So anyways, it makes us alive and going forward, and thank you so much for this on the state. And I'm 27 years, and they've gone by very quickly, and we keep on going. And go Buffs.
Happy birthday, Rich. Hans Wick has a birthday today, too.
Well, my birthday was last week. I had the privilege of turning that wonderful age of 76. And I had the privilege of being out in Oregon on my birthday on September 9th with my youngest son on a 3-day fishing trip on the road where I grew up. We caught lots of steelhead and salmon and had a wonderful time. There was no internet, there was no people, there was no social media. There was just us and some black bears and eagles and hawks and fish, and I ate too much. Other than that, it was a great time. But this is, as many of you know, my 4th Rotary Club, and this is a wonderful club. It does wonderful things in this community. I'm really appreciative of the people here thinking of joining this club, because it'll make a difference for you and this community. My first Rotary Club was in that same town where I grew up in Southern Oregon, and then in Portland, and then in Aspen, and then here. And every one of those have been great experiences for me and very rewarding. I still get up every day, service above self, trying to do something. Yesterday I did vaccinations for a large employer for COVID up in Fort Collins, and I'm going to do a bunch of those next week. So it just allows me again to have a privilege to serve other people, and I'm very appreciative of everybody in this club and all the good work you do. And Carl or Bill, sign me up for that thing. I drive by those pillars every day, and I wondered about those. I'm ready to make a difference with that too. I think we should have that as a legacy and do something about that. So count me in, Bill.
Be sure and sit at the birthday table when your birthday. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, everyone.
Thanks, George, and happy birthday, gentlemen. Fred, can we roll the videotape, please?
A prince on the bridge of a castle moat heard lay, odelay, odelay, hee-hoo. Men on a road with a load to tote heard lay, odelay, odeloo. Men in the midst of a table-d'out heard lay, odelay, odelay, hee-hoo. Men drinking beer with a foam afloat heard lay, odelay, odeloo.
Tonight is the night you've been waiting for, the Sound of Music, the movie night with Boulder Rotary Club over at the 95th and Arapahoe YMCA. On the screen, www.boulderrotary.org/movie. Go ahead and RSVP. It will be a lot of fun. Invite your friends, your family, your neighbors, everyone. It is free. There will be an opportunity to donate money, but you don't have to. Although it would be great if you did, but you don't have to. Come, have a great time, bring the whole family. Tonight, 7 p.m. at the YMCA.
September 21st is the International Day of Peace. Boulder Rotary Peace Builder Committee is meeting that day, Tuesday, September 21st at noon, to celebrate. They're going to meet at the Peace Garden. That's just in front of the Boulder Public Library on the south side of the creek, and you can park in the downtown library parking lot. There's also going to be a meeting at the Rotary Bridge at the St. Vrain Greenway in Longmont. If you have any questions, you can contact Randy Butler, our chair of the Boulder Peace Builders Committee. See you then. Next week, BRC is celebrating International Peace Day. Steve Werner is going to be here with us to talk about the Peace Corps and Rotary, and the Jim Swaby Peace Award will be awarded to this year's winner. Can't wait to see who that is. See you next week.
Before we end today's brew with the have a great weekend, we thought you might be interested in what other people are saying about you. Thanks for being a Boulder Rotarian.
Hey you, yes, you. Today is your day. You got this. You're absolutely crushing it at everything you do, from your job to maintaining a social life to pursuing your passion project. You are killing it. Ignore anyone who tells you otherwise, because you're amazing. The only thing more beautiful than your smile is your personality. Yeah, I said it. You're more than capable to take on the world, the whole world, by storm. Speaking of the world, did you know that it's a better place because you're in it? I mean, your mum brags about you all the time. Dogs love you. You're strong, you're confident, you're intelligent, you're charismatic, you're the total package. On a scale from 1 to 10, you are an 11. You make me want to be a better man. You're bloody brilliant. You're brilliant. Don't forget it, okay? Do not forget it. Now go out there, take the day by storm, and remember this. I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
As we end things, this week we're going to be quiet and you have to time your wishes with the video. Go ahead and do it. All together now.
So just one more reminder about tonight's movie. Please show up, have fun with us. We're going to watch the film. We're going to be safe in cars or bring lawn chairs. The entrance will be on the YMCA side in that little gap. And Cassidy and I are going to be there kind of welcoming people in, maybe handing out some goodies, right? Yep. So look for the signs. We'll have everything pretty much clearly marked, but make sure you come in on that south side of the field. I'd like to thank past President Sally Brown for being our greeter, along with Red Badge greeter Karen DeBartolome. Thanks to Jim Rolfe and Judy Pitt for running the desk. Thanks to John, Fred, and Cassidy for meeting management. Thanks, Mr. Brady out there in Zoom land for moderating. Thank you, Christina, for working the raffle. Thanks to Dr. Peter Ewing for the football tickets. And I'd like to also say a special thanks to Lena for covering me last week. So with that said, have a great weekend.